Brought to you by Totally Tan and Spa.
Count the red flags in this War of the Roses. So Kylie's seen this guy named Tony, and she's got some red flags for us, and she bullet points them in her email. She actually uses bullet points, that little round dot.
I actually kind of appreciate that because sometimes you'll get paragraph and paragraph and paragraph.
Yep.
This one just gets to the point.
Kylie, I'm going to guess you used to get A's in your English classes when you had to write reports and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So tell us the story about Tony, and we'll start off with red flag number 1.
Okay, so yeah, it's a bunch of little things. So, like, when I say I love you, he just says, like, you too back, or he'll say love you, and I'll say I love you. It's just real impersonal, it feels like.
I notice that with my kids. When I say, I love you, Allison, she'll say, love you. And it's like, oh, I want to get an I love you.
Did he used to say I love you and it's just
Good
changed,
question.
or did he always do that?
He did, but over time, I don't know if it's just getting more comfortable, but I definitely think it's because something's going on. Now it's just like, love you.
Love you. Okay. Red flag number 2.
So number 2 is I found a cup in the dishwasher that had lipstick on it.
And it's not yours.
No, I only wear chapstick.
Now, that's a hard one to explain away.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever had the tinted chapstick that could have left it behind, or one random night you're forgetting about or anything?
No, that usually comes off. This was red lipstick, the
Gotcha.
kind that stays because they were clean.
Okay. And then red flag number 3 is a big one.
Big one was the hoop earring in the couch. And I took a picture of it to send to my girlfriend, and it wasn't any of theirs. So I showed Tony, and he was like, I don't know where that came from. But he also brought up that the couch was used. We did buy it secondhand, but still,
Okay.
somebody would have been looking for their earring.
Now, I want to warn you, if you're listening to the show, this is where she sounds a little manipulative, evil, and a little bit nutty. But you were so certain that he was up to something that you set a trap for him. And it's a genius trap, but only if it works. What did you try to do?
I did. So he was going to a friend's birthday in La Crosse. And, I don't even know who we know there. But so I put a pair of underwear in his suitcase of women's underwear when he got back. And before he could unpack, I pulled him out and was like, what is this? Whose are these? And I just knew I was going to get him to confess. And he didn't. He was like, I don't know where those came from. So I still didn't get him to confess.
Okay, that is evil, evil trick. And you know that. You're not proud of that moment, are you?
I definitely thought I was going to get him to confess.
So he comes home from the trip. Before he can unpack, you take a pair of women's underwear, stick it in his suitcase, then you go unpack, and you go, what is this? And you thought he'd go okay, I guess I got to tell you. But instead,
I just knew he would break down.
Okay, but he didn't, which tells you either he's a great liar or he wasn't seeing anybody in La Crosse. He really was going to his friend's birthday.
Oh, do you have anyone? Is there anyone in mind, or do you just think it's some random person?
I think it's somebody random. I guess they're in La Crosse.
But if they were in La Crosse, then he would have maybe come clean because, how evil would that have been if he was seeing somebody and she said, I'm going to plant a pair of my underwear in his suitcase so when he gets home. Can you imagine?
No.
Or I'm going to plant a hoop earring in the couch, or I'm going to purposely leave lipstick on a glass in the dishwasher. That person's really manipulative too.
True, yeah, but
wants him to get busted.
Yeah, they didn't do that. They wouldn't have done the panty thing though, obviously. But the other two, yeah.
No, they might have. Think about it. If he really was seeing somebody in La Crosse.
Oh no, they could have. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that one's explainable now because we know. But the other two, still, yeah.
But there's no explanation for the panties. Did he get annoyed at you? Did he you put them there? You planted them there, or did he say, I have no idea?
He was just more like, I have no idea where this comes from. And he just thinks I'm overly suspicious, and I think I have a reason to be.
Wow. Okay. I think I can wrap my head around the whole underwear in the suitcase thing, but it was a plan to trick to get him to confess, and it did not work. So now you're doing another trick. You shifty, shady human being, you. You are now calling the shadiest, shiftiest morning show in town.
Guilty.
To call him and put him on the spot to see who he wants to send roses to.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that maybe this is just not a relationship that might work out because all you're doing is like finding red flags?
I think I'm trying to get over the red flags, but I just want to know the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll call him in a second. We're going to offer him roses. We'll give him some fake survey and say, hey, for taking the survey, you get to send roses. And he'll be like, okay. So we'll see if he sends them to you. The correct answer is Kylie. So what do you think? Is she over the top? Is she way overstepping her boundaries here? Was she, I don't know, right in trying to trap him with the underwear and the suitcase? Is that an evil trick? And have you ever seen anybody or been known to plant your clothes at their house or maybe leave a sock under their bed so their partner will find it? Wow. Okay. Call us at 651-989-KDWB and let us know your thoughts, or text me at KDWB153921. That's the short code, and we'll do it next on KDWB. War of the Roses continues on KDWB. So we wanted to find out what you thought about her trap and what you think is going on. If you missed the trap a little while ago, what she did was he went on a birthday trip to Eau Claire or somewhere like that, La Crosse. And when he got home from the trip, she sneaked a pair of women's underwear into his suitcase, then unpacked it, knowing she'd find this pair of underwear in there, and then hold it up in front of him and say, explain this. And then hopefully he'd come clean about what he was really doing in La Crosse.
See, Jake would have been on to me immediately because I'm the kind of person that comes home from a vacation and doesn't unpack my suitcase for like at least a week. So if I all of a sudden was unpacking his suitcase, he'd be like, what are you doing?
No kidding. We got Matt on the phone. Matt is a regular commentator on War of the Roses. Let's find out what Matt thinks from Monticello. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, everyone. It's been a while.
It has been. What's going on?
So I think she is setting herself up for failure. I think she's purposely picking things out so she can have an exit plan of herself. I think potentially she's either got someone herself and she's trying to catch him in something that's not really happening so she can run easier to make it easier for herself.
That's really interesting because you know what? I wonder how many people, I've never thought about that, Matt, how many people on War of the Roses over the years have been cheating themselves and are now suspicious of the other person. Matt, thank you for the insight. I appreciate it. Brittany is on the phone. What's going on War of the Roses? Is that an evil trick? And what do you think, Brittany?
It is definitely an evil trick, but honestly, I've been in toxic relationships with cheating guys who delete text messages and, hide their Facebook, lock their phones, and there's no way to catch them until you do something, like this. Some guys just won't ever come out with the truth, and sometimes that's the only thing a girl's left to do.
Is to set a trap. Yeah. That's kind of like what War of the Roses is. It's it's an evil, awful trick.
You force the hand, though.
But it's very effective. Yeah. Thank you, Brittany.
Thanks, Brittany. We have a lot of texts. There's lipstick on a glass. That needs to be explained. Someone else says, I would have searched his phone first. Better results normally because in his defense, he really didn't know how those underwear got in his suitcase. Someone said, I don't think that's that bad of a trick. I've heard a lot shiftier tricks on past War of the Roses.
There have been some shiftier tricks, yes.
It says, when I was in college, my boyfriend dumped me for the girl he was cheating on me with. I planted my own underwear in his bed for the new girl to find.
Oh.
She did, and they broke up.
Oh.
I was so happy.
Oh.
Toxic and insecure behavior. Really, really dumb. If you have to constantly test your partner, you're a terrible person and shouldn't be in that or probably any relationship.
This kind of says the same thing. My thoughts on War of the Roses. If you are to the point in a relationship where you don't trust them enough to plant panties, it's time to move on. Relationships are built on trust. And if I was this guy, I would be peed off when I found out what she did. Cheating or not, you have to be able to trust your partner because without trust, there is no real relationship. That's Jody in beautiful Becker, Minnesota. Let's find out what happens. We'll make the phone call right now and spring a little trap of our own on KDWB.
Yes.
You did, in fact, get a dozen long-stem romantic roses, which we'll send out for you this week, Tony. So thank you for participating in our survey today. We just need to grab, of course, the name for the person you'd like to send the roses to.
All right. I'll send them to my sister. She just had a baby.
Aw.
So she'll like some roses.
Yeah.
No, that's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Because hi, Tony. This is just a strange voice popping in here.
Yeah.
It's really nice. That's cool. I'll explain everything that's going on. I'll give you a little heads up. It's really not what you think.
Okay.
We first of all, it's very cool. You want to send roses to your sister, but we were really just checking to see if you would send roses to somebody that you shouldn't be sending roses to. Your sister is no problem,
Right.
But the reason we did this, it's KDWB. And I'm Dave, and I'm on the morning show with Fallon, who you just talked to, the woman. And we were put up to this by your girlfriend, Kylie, to see if you would send roses to her or somebody that you've been suspected of seeing on the side. Now, you kind of know. Kylie, by the way, is listening.
She is. She's on the phone.
And,
Hi, Tony.
and so she's been a little bit suspicious of some of the different things that have happened, like the hoop earring in the couch. And you know that she showed you the hoop earring and said, "Who does this belong to?" Right?
Yeah. It was. We bought a used couch. I have no idea where the earring came from, and
Could have been there for years.
Could have been.
Okay.
I have no idea. And I'm sure she probably told you guys about the lipstick on a cup that we randomly found in the dishwasher. I don't know how any of this stuff is happening, but I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not cheating on anybody. I'm not cheating with anyone. And this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I can't believe I'm on a radio station.
I don't know whether you know the whole truth about the underwear in the suitcase.
Oh, the underwear in the suitcase.
Yeah. Now, you were both wondering where the underwear in the suitcase came from. I don't know if it's my place to say where it came
we're
from.
already this deep. I guess
but
you might
we're
as
already
well.
this deep. Kylie, do you want to explain the underwear in the suitcase?
I mean, I put them there. I put them there because I wanted you to confess. And I just knew that you were, because you don't know anybody in lacrosse.
How do you know? You don't know that, though. You're just, like, assuming that I don't know people sometimes. Like, you just make these, like, assumptions that you have no evidence of. And, like, so you planted these underwear in the suitcase.
I did.
And you thought that I would just be like, oh, you got me. Like, how insane is that? How crazy does that sound? I mean, like, why would you do that? I'm not giving you
I think it was a good idea.
It was not a good idea. I'm over this, Kylie. I've told you before, and this is like seriously the final straw, because it's obvious to me that you don't trust me. So
no, because things aren't adding up. I just want the truth.
Yeah, I know. Nothing's adding up for you. Like, nothing ever adds up. So I don't know what to tell you, but like I'm pretty much done with this, Kylie. I'm so over this.
Do you sympathize with him in a way, because here he is on War of the Roses being put to the test again?
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, next week, what is she going to do next week? Or do you sympathize with her in that there's some shady stuff?
Well, I do agree that there are unexplainable things that I would be like, what the heck is going on? But I also like hearing him. I kind of am torn.
The lipstick on the on the cup.
That's
or
the
glass.
main thing.
That's the one
What are people making coffee for me? What am I inviting people over? Like, I just don't understand how you're drawing these conclusions.
That would be kind of weird to have somebody come over for like a little hookup and then say, "Hey, do you want a sandwich and some milk?"
Gross.
You know?
I just know it's
weird.
not mine.
Ridiculous.
Well,
I don't know where it came from, but I'm not doing anything wrong. I've not done anything wrong. I've been completely faithful throughout this entire relationship, but it's obviously that you don't trust me, and we can't fix that. You're never gonna I feel like you're never gonna trust me.
So all
It's
these
always
little
gonna be a
clues
little
that
thing.
a girl's been in the house, and I'm
It's
crazy.
Yeah, there's going to be a hair somewhere. There's going to be a fingerprint somewhere. I don't know what's going to be next, but, like, I'm sick of it. Like, I'm so over this. I've explained to you, like, we've had long conversations about this, and I'm just like, I'm over this. Like, I can't keep trying to defend myself against all these random little occurrences that have nothing to do with me at all. Like, I've not done anything wrong.
You don't even say I love you anymore. Now it's just like I'm a friend. It's like, love you, I love you.
I tell you that all the time. I tell you I love you all the time.